Kenya. So this is my reply video in regards to your feedback on my lesson. So one of the first things you told me that I should do is provide an actual lesson description. I only had what was more so the objective. So what I did is, instead of only putting students will be learning about fractions of the set, I put students will discuss how to find the fraction of a set with the teacher. Teacher will use cups and counters to show the part in the set. Students will work their task cards with a partner using their own cups and counters. Students will then be assessed on what they have learned. Sorry, hold on. So, anyways, I kept everything else the same in regards to content area standards and technology standards. I did, however, did not have my linguistic objectives for my ELs under my objectives, so I went ahead and added listening ELP, speaking ELP, and reading ELP. I wrote down for listening, students will understand the general meaning, main points, and important details of spoken language, ranging from situations in which topics, language, and context, familiar to unfamiliar. We've learned, obviously, in our second language class that we should have linguistic objectives for our ELLs on top of the objectives for the whole class. It's good to provide it in every aspect. The only thing I will say is I did not post or put down writing objectives for my linguistic because we won't be doing much writing, only writing of numbers. I also added the cognates for my terms and vocabulary. It's good to have the cognate in the second language. So I added that for a denominator, which was true cognate, whole, which was false, and equal parts, it was mostly true. It's part, I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but also throughout the lesson, under my procedures, I went ahead and marked in blue some of the things I will do for my ELs, like asking questions twice for clarification and providing wait time. Students will be having peer-to-peer interaction. I'm going to put my English language learners with my English speaking, non-English language learners. This is important because it helps our second language learner hear English and be able to speak it with their partner. And you wouldn't want to place two English language learners together because they may not be able to assist each other very much. Content input, I put the teacher will write vocabulary words in both English and the ELLs. L1 when labeling the diagram, my anchor chart. I will be putting both words. Having them have that visual, they'll be able to relate their first language to the English language in terms of definitions. Teachers write sentence stems on the board for students to use as a reference. I believe that's also important for English language learners. Sometimes they don't know how to start out a sentence stem. So it's great when a teacher provides that. EL students will be paired with non-EL students. I've already mentioned that. By the way, our ELs are already sitting next to non-ELs. So I don't have to move them around or anything. They just talk to their neighbor. I also marked in blue, as you also recommended, to put for my English language learners. I put EL students will be working with non-EL partners during guided practice. Students will also read aloud directions if any are needed, as well as having instructions being repeated if they didn't understand the first time. They will also be given extended wait time. Other than that, You mentioned everything was great besides the things that I've added to my lesson. Don't have any technology standards. I think you mentioned that. I'm unfortunately not using technology. I'm using hands-on manipulatives. Only thing I will be using is a DocCam. But anyways, thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.